We shouldn't kid ourselves as to what's been going on here. And in fact, in the case, in Bonta, a group of Democratic senators filed a brief specifically saying that the information needed to be available so that they could flush out dark money from the political system. So what was the actual dispute in Bonta? Well, at one point, when Kamala Harris was Attorney General, she began demanding that charities and other nonprofits submit to the state before they could solicit in California copies of their Schedule B that they submit to the IRS, and this is the form you submit to the IRS that includes the name of your large donors. Of course, California is where a lot of the money in the country is. New York, by the way, followed suit. So pretty soon, charities that would not disclose their donors to the attorney generals of New York and California could not solicit in those states, probably the two wealthiest states in the country and the place where you find a great number of large donors. This was eventually challenged by Americans for Prosperity Foundation and the Thomas More Legal Center, these two organizations won in the trial court, lost in the Ninth Circuit, and eventually brought their claim to the Supreme Court. Again, the argument was that they have a right to keep their donors private unless the state has a need for the organization. Both groups conceded that if the state were really investigating them for fraud or something, or needed the information in some way, they could get it through an audit letter or a subpoena. It was just the bulk collection of this information from literally tens of thousands of charities that was problematic. The decision of the court, I think, is very appealing, to me at least, for a number of reasons. First, the court was very sensitive to, and even mentioned briefly, at least in the line, current developments of this sort of mob justice and people being hounded from jobs and businesses being boycotted and so on for it as routine legal speech. The court also noted the broad array of amicus groups that were involved in the case, groups that came in on the side of the charities, and they ranged from the Council on American Islamic Relations to religious Christian conservative groups. They ranged from Planned Parenthood to Right to Life chapters. It was an extremely broad collection.